Hey everybody, it's Rob from the Bike Rack here to talk to you about two of my favorite bikes to sell to that rider that's maybe just a little bit too big for a youth bike, but not quite tall enough for that full adult bike yet. So to my right, I've got the Trek Wahoo 26, and to my left, I've got the Trek Marlin 4. So let's start off by talking about some of the similarities between these two. First off, they both use the Alpha Silver aluminum frame, so it's going to be lightweight and durable. Second, they're going to fit riders that are about the same height. About 4'6" to 5'3", or 54 inches to 63 inches, give or take a little bit there. And lastly, they cost about the same, about $490. Now, let's go into the differences between them. This is going to be the key here. So the Wahoo 26, as the name implies, can have 26-inch wheels. So they're smaller diameter, easy to get rolling up to a faster speed. So for that shorter rider with a little bit shorter legs, a little bit more manageable there. The Marlin 4 in the extra small size will have a 27.5-inch wheel, so a little bit bigger diameter, a little bit harder to get up to speed, but once it's up to speed, it's going to get rolling pretty fast for you. Next, the Wahoo 26 is going to have a 152 millimeter crank, and the Marlin 4 in the extra small size is going to have a 170 millimeter crank. So for that shorter rider, a little bit shorter legs, the 152 is going to feel a lot more natural. Maybe a little bit taller rider, a little bit stronger rider, that 170 is going to feel more natural here on the Marlin. Third, at the saddle's lowest height, you're going to have a little bit difference in the lowest position there. So the Wahoo is going to be about 27 inches off the ground. The Marlin 4 is going to be about 28 inches off the ground. It's only an inch, but that could make a difference on the overall fit. Now, interestingly, when the saddles are in that lowest position, the reach to the bar, so from the center of the saddle to the handlebar, is about the same, about 22 inches for that. So interesting there. Next, you've got a rigid fork on the Wahoo 26 over here, and a suspension fork on the Marlin 4. Simple, lightweight, easy to maneuver, rugged, durable, cool for that kid that wants that mountain bike feel. You'll have linear pull rim brakes on the Wahoo, and you'll have mechanical disc brakes on the Marlin 4. Very simple to understand with the rim brakes, easy to see what's going on with them. The mechanical disc brakes are just cooler, they're more of a mountain bike style, and kids really appreciate that. You'll have single wall rims over here on the Wahoo, and double wall rims on the Marlin 4. So lighter weight, but not quite as durable, more for just paved riding, pretty tame riding. A little bit heavier, but more durable. So you can jump over a curb and maybe miss a little bit, take it off-road, run into rocks, logs, all that sort of stuff. You also have 1.95-inch tires on the Wahoo and 2.2-inch tires on the Marlin 4. So a little bit easier rolling, a little bit faster rolling on here, but not quite as much grip. Harder rolling on pavement, but great grip off-road on dirt, grass, mud, whatever kids get themselves into. Lastly, they're going to have an 8-speed drivetrain over here on the Wahoo, so it's a single chainring on the front, 8 gears in the back. You'll have a 21-speed drivetrain on the Marlin, so 3 gears in the front, 7 speeds in the back here. So the Wahoo is going to be very simple, very easy to understand for that newer or more inexperienced rider. The Marlin is going to have a much more controlled riding experience here, so you can pick the gear that you want to be in, but you kind of do need to understand how to work that front derailleur and the rear derailleur together. And the last thing I want to point out between these two bikes is the weight. The Wahoo is going to weigh about 22 pounds. The Marlin 4 in the extra small size is going to weigh about 32 pounds. That's a 10 pounds difference there. And that's significant when you're talking about a kid that weighs only 70 to 80 pounds. So something definitely to consider there. But I want to end this by saying with anything, with any bike, always have the potential rider ride both bikes back to back, because they're the ones that are going to end up making the decision which one feels most comfortable and most safe for them. So thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time and hope you got informed on these two awesome bikes. See ya.